Could this Million Shade be the biggest beach shade I've ever reviewed? Well, in this video, we're gonna set it up and find out. Now, first I'd like to thank Million Shades for sending me this beach shade so I could try it out and show you. The frame has a horizontal pole on top and two vertical poles supporting it. To set it up, you first want to assemble the top horizontal pole and lay it down on the beach so it's perpendicular to the wind, because you want your shade to face directly into the breeze for it to work properly. Then position the sand anchor screws at the white flexible gooseneck locations and twist them down clockwise into the sand. Next, you want to connect the two vertical poles and place them by the sand anchor screws. Now this is when things get exciting, because now you're ready to slide the horizontal pole through the canopy. Once the canopy is completely through the sleeve, you take one end, bend the gooseneck 90 degrees, insert it into the top of the vertical pole, and attach the loop at the end of the sleeve to this hook, which will keep the shade from sliding around. Then raise up the pole and secure the end to the sand anchor. Then make your way over to the other side, repeat the process over there and the other end, and before you know it, you've got yourself a huge beach shade. And how huge is it? Well, the shade is 18.5 feet by 13 feet when flat, and when it's set up, it's about 13.5 feet in the front and 13 feet from front to back. So you'll get approximately, roughly, 175 square feet of shade, which is impressive. This beats out the Shibumi, which offers 150 square feet of shade, and the largest Wikapo and Nesso Grande, which both offer 121 square feet of shade. So the Million Shade definitely wins in the size department. It can easily shade up to 8 people on beach chairs. It's also 9 feet high, which makes it the tallest beach shade I've ever set up. Just to give you some scale here, I'm 6'5". The shade is 100% nylon and is marketed as providing UV 50+ sun protection, and the poles are lightweight aluminum. The vertical poles did give me some trouble when I tried to break them down. I told this to Million Shades, and they quickly sent me 2 replacement poles, and I'm happy to say I haven't had any issues since. Now, after setting up this shade a few times at the beach, I can tell you I'm not too crazy about the sand anchor screws. Twisting them down in the hard-packed sand wasn't easy, and they couldn't keep the frame completely upright when the breeze blew between 10 to 15 miles per hour. Now, my Shibumi shade is usually upright because it has an anchored line in the front, which acts as a counterbalance. The Million Shade does seem somewhat overpowered without a counterbalance, but it never collapsed on me, which is a huge plus. But like the Shibumi Shade, you'll need a breeze for it to work properly. You won't get much shade if the breeze dwindles down below 3 miles per hour. You'll also need to readjust the shade if the wind direction changes, which is why Million Shades provides a third anchor screw, which is a good idea. The Million Shade fits in this 35-inch long carrying bag and weighs less than 10 pounds, so it's really portable for the amount of shade you get. If you're looking for a huge beach shade, the Million Shade is worth checking out, and I hope you take it easy at the beach.